Today, I am going to show you every single version of Almost Famous that I could find, from the original DVD to a Paramount Presents Blu-ray to even a 4K steelbook. Let's see how this movie has been released over the years. If you're a fan of coming-of-age rock and roll movies set in the 60s and 70s, this movie is for you. Almost Famous, one of my favorite movies of all time. I've probably seen it 4 or 5 times within the past year. Great movie. I love it every single time I watch it. But like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I'm going to show you guys every single format you can get for this movie. There's quite a few of them, so we're just going to get right into it. And I'm not going to spend too much time on each one. I don't want this to be a super long video, but starting off, we have the original 2001 release of the VHS. Nothing crazy with the VHS release. You don't get any bonus features. You don't get anything special. Just the movie. Great for nostalgic purposes if you're a fan of watching older movies with that dumbed down not dumbed down quality, but again, the VHS isn't going to be super high quality, so you kind of get that grainy texture. So if you wanted that for that purpose, you should get the VHS. And I was actually able to find 2 other VHS releases. This one being I guess it's just a different art. The same VHS, just different cover art. So you get the purple and pink lines on the front with Kate Hudson. You got the guitar in the background, some extra text on the front. But other than that, just another VHS. And the third VHS I was able to find is actually the For Your Consideration one. And you technically, if you don't know what a For Your Consideration VHS is, essentially what happens is the companies of these movies will take a VHS of their movies and send them to people with the purpose of hoping they'll watch it and then vote for the award that was for the movie. So people that were voting on stuff like Oscars, the companies will send the VHS to them, they'll watch it, and hopefully it'll get their vote. So that's how you got this VHS. You technically couldn't buy it in a store. You either had to know somebody or found it secondhand somewhere. So those are all the VHSs. Moving on to the DVDs, here you have the basic widescreen version, nothing special, just the first digital release, obviously going to have better picture quality than the VHS, get the interactive menus, stuff like that. And I was actually able to find 3 other DVD versions with different cover arts. This one being the bootleg, and I kind of lied. I just said it was only different. The only difference was the cover art. This is actually the bootleg DVD. So the difference between the bootleg and the original is that the bootleg is just longer. You get extra scenes. I actually have the 4K version of this that you'll see later, which has the theatrical and bootleg. I want to say the bootleg's 40 minutes longer than the theatrical, but in my opinion, I prefer to watch the theatrical. It's shorter. I don't think the bootleg adds much value to the movie, but again, that's just my opinion. So let me know down below if you've seen this movie. Do you prefer the bootleg or theatrical? I'm curious to see what you guys think, but this one also has different cover art, which is nice. Next up, for the next DVD, we have a 100-year edition from Paramount. I guess they were doing this for certain movies. I don't know if they did this for a bunch of them or maybe just a select few. I'm not entirely sure, but you can see the gold logo on the bottom right. You could win a trip to choose the destination. So this was just a promo. Nothing different with the actual DVD itself. And then this DVD here, again, just a DVD, just a different cover. You got a gold slip design with Kate Hudson in the middle, with Academy Award winner, Best Original Screenplay up top. So those are all the DVDs that I was able to find. And moving on to the Blu-rays, here you have the bootleg version. Again, it's the bootleg, just a higher quality, because that's what you get when you go up to Blu-ray. Better quality, better audio. Other than that, no difference. Another Blu-ray that I was able to find, you have the Paramount Presents, I guess, cover design. It's not really a different design because it has the same design as the 4K, but this is a Blu-ray. And I wasn't aware that Paramount did this, but if you ever were to find a Paramount Presents, the way you'll know is that, I'll throw it up on the screen, you can see the case is kind of silver or clearish. That is it's Paramount's way of having their own boutique label, like a Criterion. You can see the logo in the top left as well. I believe it's in the top left. Yeah, you can see that Paramount logo in the top left. It just says Paramount Presents, along with the silver case that I mentioned. There's nothing really crazy about it. You get a couple of new there's a couple of new bonus features that have never been before seen, like interviews, stuff like that. But other than that, there really is no difference in quality compared to a regular Blu-ray. So that is the Paramount Presents ones there. And then I found this one has the same cover design as one of the VHSs, just a Blu-ray, just in Blu-ray version. So again, I really don't think there's any difference between the regular Blu-ray and this Blu-ray, just being an extended edition. So you probably get some type of maybe extended features. I don't really think there's anything crazy there, but yeah, so that is the one of the Blu-rays that I found. And then this one here is another Blu-ray, but with this one you get the theatrical and bootleg, compared to the other Blu-ray that I showed you earlier where it was just the bootleg. So this one you get both the theatrical and bootleg. So those are all the Blu-rays that I was able to find. And for the for the two 4Ks that I found, you can see this one here, the regular 4K. This is the one that I mentioned that I had earlier where you get the theatrical and bootleg. So crazy, nothing crazy there. I think talked enough about that. Again, you know that 4K is best quality that you can get for a disc, so you're gonna have the better quality, better audio, stuff like that. And then the next and final one that I was able to find, you have the 4K Steelbook. Absolutely beautiful artwork. I love the design. I think I mentioned it earlier in the video. It was between this and the original VHS or the DVD cover art that I think would be up there for me, being 1 and 2 as to which ones would be the best cover design in my opinion. This being a special edition, like I mentioned, for a Steelbook. So, and it's by far the most expensive version that you'll find out there for Almost Famous. But other than that, those are all the formats that I was able to find. Let me know down below, do you have any of these? Do you want to pick up any of them? Do you have a favorite looking one? I think if I had to pick one to have for the rest of my life, I would pick that 4K one up, just because I love the cover design and I'm a sucker for Steelbooks. So that is the video. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned till next one, and make sure to keep your shelves worthy.